Alright, I wasn't going to do a video on this, but this just looks too good not to do a video on. I'm making fig preserves, and as you can tell, I'm not worried about mashing them up. I'm actually trying to mash them up a little bit because I want to cross somewhere between preserves and jam. What I have here is 20 cups of figs, 10 cups of sugar. I always do half the amount of sugar as I have of figs, and I got 5 cups of water. And what we're going to do is we bought the simple syrup, just the water and the sugar, put the water and the sugar together, and then we brought that up to a boil and let it boil for approximately 10 minutes. Then we added the figs and some lemon juice, half a lemon, or a whole lemon really for this amount would be good. So you bring your 5 cups of water and 10 cups of sugar, bring that up to a boil for 10 to 15 minutes. You just want to catch it right before it gets brown, and then turn it down. Add your figs to it, and then you're going to want to cook your figs anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. As you can tell, the longer this cooks, the more color it loses. Check this out. I don't know how well you'll be able to pick that up, but this syrup is turning like a red from the inside of the figs. Pink. I don't know how well you can see that. But you just want this to simmer for 30 minutes to an hour, and you're just going to want these to get really, really soft. Even some of these are underripe. You want those to get really soft, so make sure you cook it long enough, but cook it low and don't let it burn. You don't want to stir it if you want these to remain whole and be preserves, but it doesn't matter if you don't mind it being a mix between jam and preserves, which is what I'm doing. And if you want it to just be all jam, you could take this out and pulse it in the blender for a few minutes so it'll be spreadable. Alright, these been going for right about 30 minutes now, but the syrup still too watery. So I'm going to let it keep going. I just wanted to go back over the recipe real quick. I just so happen to have 20 cups of figs. You don't have to have 20 cups of figs. This recipe is so simple, it's just half, half, half. So however many cups of figs you have half that amount of sugar. However much sugar you have half that amount of water. So stupid simple recipe. It's and it's, you can set it to however much amount of figs you have. Now I just want to talk about another way to fix these figs. What my grandfather does, he takes his figs and then he pours his sugar over top of them and just a little bit of water, and he cooks them that way, and they come out great. The lemon, he don't use that. I do. It's not required. It's just by today's canning standards, it helps lower the pH level. It's safer. Helps to inhibit bacteria. Now, in the old days, they used to take and cook them just like my grandfather does. Just throw the sugar over top of them, just a little bit of water, just so they don't burn when they're first starting off. And then the figs create their own juice, and it's much better that way. And then all they do is take them and take hot jars and pour everything into the hot jar, and it'll seal itself. What I do is just a little bit further. I take it just a little bit further than that, but I don't get out the big old huge water bath canner and go that route. I just throw my jars in the oven. After I fill them up, I throw them in there on 275 for about 10 minutes. And then I take them out and let them seal. Alright, here's the cans coming out of the oven. Alright, that and that is what I got out of the 20 cups of figs I had. Now, all you got to do now that they've come out of the oven is just let them cool down, and they'll all start popping their lids by themselves as they cool down. Now, after they cool down, you want to check them. You see that dimple in the top of the lid right there? You can tell that it's up. It'll suck in when it seals. Now, after they're cooled down, if you go and push in the center and it clicks, pops up and down, then it's no good. It didn't seal. And that's fine. Just take that one, throw it in the refrigerator. This, obviously, I've already planned on throwing in the refrigerator because that's an old olive jar, and it's not meant for canning. I didn't can it. I just put that stuff right in there. That's going to be for using. So we'll go through that pretty quick. You heard that click? That was one of these lids just went down. Look like that one right there. See how you can't see that sticking up no more? And you can see that. Oh, there you go. So that's them sealing. And sometimes they'll do that, but then they won't get a good seal and they'll pop back up. So just forewarning, check every single one of them. Some people take these rings off and turn the bottle upside down. I think that's a little extreme, but that'll tell you whether it's sealed or not.